Hi, this is Trivial Punk, and we're playing Among the Sleep. So it's the next day after I was playing last night, so I'm a little bit disoriented as to where I am. But interestingly enough, while I was sleeping last night, while I was falling asleep last night, I started thinking about the game a little bit more. And I realized that one of the things I had completely taken for granted was the fact that this seems to be suggesting that there's some sort of collective dream going on, which points to Jungian psychology, obviously. Yeah, I was thinking like Freud, like all last night, and then I was like, all right, so there's the just trying to break it down. And I was thinking about the collective dream thing, and then I started thinking this is what really kicked my brain into gear. I started thinking about like literally the shadow creature, the dryad here, sort of like mother archetype thing. And I started thinking about the shadow in the hallway, and the opening where the mother goes out, and then there's a shadow, and then actually I'm not exactly sure what it is. It's hard to remember. It's sort of like half images. There's a moth on my screen now. And yeah, so I was thinking about that, and I realized that I haven't really seen. I've seen like a darkened figure, but you don't really see like another person. I was sort of one of the narratives is that there is a father and that he's an alcoholic, and that's who that person is. But there's another narrative which has its own collection of evidence, which would be that the mother is an alcoholic. And I know this is like totally sounds like me projecting because my mother was an alcoholic, but hear me out. So there's all of the liquor bottles sitting around, right? And there's the shadows that are encroaching, and then there's the whole theme of the game, finding the parts, like pieces of memories, so that you can sort of understand your mother better. And then I started thinking about the dryad and the shadow and how it's becoming more real. Like, because it used to be just like, remember it was just footsteps in the beginning, and then there was like a dryad and a shadow creature now. And I realized that that's literally a shadow, like the shadow, like the Jungian shadow. The difference between who you are and who you appear to be, or who you think yourself to be. And so you could look at it as a baby slowly discovering, or like a 2-year-old, finding out about his mom. And finding out that she's got these issues and that she's an alcoholic. And again, projecting, because that's like the story of my life. But that's the whole thing about dreams, isn't it? It sort of like brings out your inner thoughts. And yeah, so I was like, I wonder if this was like legit, just like. And then remember when she comes back limping in the beginning? I thought she was limping, but if you're 2 years old, you think she's limping. But what if she's actually, like drunk or something, and it's not the way the 2-year-old sees it? And then I was wondering, there was that one sketch drawing of the white figure turning over the crib with the bear, and I thought, like, well, if you're a 2-year-old, it looks like the bear got magically lifted out and the crib tossed over. But what if the mom was drunk and she was going to wash the bear because you just gave it to him as a present, and then by pulling it out of the crib, sloppily, she knocked the crib over. And then that was actually what happened. That would explain a lot. That would explain why the mother's gone and everything. I mean, there is the other more sinister narrative again, but this is another possibility. So one of the things I like about mystery games like this, one of the things I like about games that use archetypes and symbols, is that you can sort of like write a whole bunch of different stories before you find out what the actual one is. And the deeper you delve, the more interesting the actual reveal becomes, because then you get to be like guessing, like what was it, Of course, it can be a letdown sometimes if you get really attached to a good idea, but shit.
The next memory.
But I mean, that's the risk we run, right?
It's your book. Listen.
Aha.
They had not dug far before it started to rain.
Quickly, climb out, or there'll be trouble again.
See, the little bunny is climbing out of the hole.
really want the reveal to be interesting. No, but I really like trying to guess what's going on. It's a lot of fun for me.
Glad we made it back.
It made me insufferable when I was younger because I would do it out loud in the middle of
Something would
movies.
happen to us.
But I'm not that
I've
person
never
anymore, so you
seen
don't have to hate
anything
me.
like it. A child shouldn't have to go through this.
Legit. Again, could be dueling
It's going
parents.
to be so nice when we're through with all this. And we
But,
can play together all the time.
taken care of by a single alcoholic parent, not so fun either. I make it sound way worse than it was. It was a trying time, but it wasn't like emotionally destroying. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here now, would I? Everyone's got their issues. Is the thing. Is that? And that was one of the, I'm not prescribing anything or anything. I'm just saying that one of the things I had to learn in order to deal with that was that I was young, right? So I had no idea. But essentially, is that she had her own problems. And then they got the best of her. I don't know if I can blame her for that, honestly.
I can feel it. Oh,
And like I said, I kind of had to learn how to see her as a person and not just as my mother, which is a very difficult thing to do when you're young. But it can be important.
I guess.
Come on, Teddy.
No other choice. Should we see where
Let's
it
go.
takes us next?
Yes.
I'm ready when you
Onwards and downwards. So, I think I'm just gonna splice the episodes together where we were trying to get the, that last memory, since that was pretty close to the end. And, we'll start one next time. You know, actually, no, it's fine. It's fine this way. The other one's like 16 minutes long anyways, I think. I know my timings on my Let's Plays are totally inconsistent, but I like to be able to, like, theme the time around what's going on, so that you can actually have, like, experience some content while you're here, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want you to like come here and be like, oh look, we watched the part where we got the thing where we started doing the other thing. I'd like you to be able to like, what happened? Alright, let's find out what's going on in this game, alright? So this thing here is stopping us. Is that a lamp? I don't actually know what that is. Just gonna move on from there. Yeah, it's probably best. Also, if I could suggest you try a snack, I would say M&M, peanut butter M&Ms. They're freaking delicious. I'm eating some right now, but the expertly done sound editing should make it so that you don't hear that. And, if you're wondering, I do the sound editing, so I just bitched myself out. Who is building this place? That is not a very good house. How can you expect to have a sound structure when everything is on the walls? I ask you. Of course, I ask you as someone who knows nothing about building houses. So, you know. Yeah, man. Upsy daisy. What is that? What the fudge-sicle machine? What the funky pickle? It's a pizza shop where I live. The Funky Pickle. I'm not sure if it's everywhere. I know very little about where pizza places are. See, alcohol's everywhere. It's got to be something. I'm not just imagining this. I actually, like, last night went over. I was like, am I just imagining this? I'm gonna put this. Don't want to put that in a Let's Play, but just like me working through my own personal issues. But there is quite a bit of evidence to suggest that. But it also could be that the other one makes me uncomfortable, like the idea that it's like an abusive father, and so like, because I mean I have my own issue and I dealt with my own mother's alcoholism, so I could face that. But facing someone else's problem is a difficult thing, especially when they're so young. And I mean, at the end of the day, I can't really comment on that, because I mean, that's a pretty tough situation. I could write about it in like a story or something, but I couldn't rightfully understand the feelings of the person. I'd have to go talk to some people who had been through it. And that's the whole thing, right? I mean, I know like people scoff at the whole like walk a mile in your shoes thing sometimes because we're kind of cynical right now. But I mean, that is ultimately the power of the internet, bringing people together and helping us understand each other. So like, but I mean, it makes a big difference experiencing something. I mean, quite honestly, as someone who studies the brain and narrative and all of these things, experiencing something is quite different. Because it informs how you understand your life. There are emotional gradients that change how you think. I mean, I know most people don't want to hear it, but emotion is a huge component of thought. I mean, just think of it this way. Emotion is a massive component of memory, and memory is a massive component of thought. I don't want to overstate the control that one has over the other, but they definitely have influence that we have to recognize. And I don't think we really do. A lot of the time. I mean, we do, but we pay it lip service more than we actually discuss its implications, because it's very difficult to discuss those implications. I mean, we're usually looking for concrete things that we can give people, right? The problem is that we are partially abstract creatures. So at some point we're going to have to go into the experiential. But I'm assuming that they're hoping to have like a really good like technical background, but a lot of the time, with a lot of theory, when you focus on one thing, that's how you tend to see the things for a long time, and that's why we have like theoretical scientific revolutions. Let's talk about the game. Sorry, you know me. I do tend to prattle on. What is that? See, what is that thing? It's darkness. It's the void. Dude, this kid is so freaking cute. And that's not even just because I am playing him. And I am narcissistic. It's that. Look at these little hands. This is a tiny teddy bear, which was initially terrifying. See? The white thing. The white tree-like thing. There was a picture where it had knocked over the crib. But then again, like, if I am in other people's dreams, then who knows which parts of these are my dreams, which part of these are other people's dreams. It'd be very difficult to tell. And like the symbolism thing is really what makes part of these things work. Like I was talking the other like last time about like Rorschach tests, and how like you look at like different things, like different people see different things in it. Well, the same thing is with symbols. If you combine enough salient, powerful archetypal symbols, I mean, as far as archetypes are concerned, or exist, you can get like a whole bunch of different narratives of it, because people will overlay their experience to link together the narrative points. I mean, that's the whole thing, right? So your experiences help define how you understand things, which help define how you think about things, which, etc., etc. You know, it's a whole circular thing. It's all crazy, way more complicated than we give it credit for. But I mean, that's because our theory only reaches so far. We've got to be careful, right? We want to probe the darkness carefully and thoughtfully, not with our teddy bear out in front of us ready to get killed by a dryad. Sorry, picked up and hugged by a dryad. You guys saw that movement too, right? I'm going to turn up the volume on my headset so I can hear. These things are all my pet theories and stuff, right? I mean, this is just me riffing. I'm thinking of getting a master's in neuropsych, but I need to definitely do a lot more studying then. Bio is one of my weak suits. I don't like rote memorization. It's necessary though. Because you need to have the facts in your head to be able to work with them. But I found it's also really helpful to be able to put them together, like not just instead of just like remembering like a whole bunch of different separate facts, putting them together into a coherent framework makes things easier to memorize. It's one of the first ideas behind schema theory. I mean, sorry, that derives from schema theory. Anyways, let's talk more about Among the Sleep. So I'm kind of digging this funky like dream aesthetic. Although it's the illogic of the place is making it more and more difficult to solve some of the puzzles. But I mean, I think that's just natural. I do like how all of the different, like I said, all of the different symbols have gotten me thinking about all these different like ideas that the symbols might represent, and it's sort of reminiscent of like Silent Hill in that respect. I spent a great deal of that game picking apart the symbols. Okay, so the problem was that I was crawling on the floor and trying to throw the ball up there. I just need to stand up. Oh shit. Ah. Here we go. All better. Okay. Well, this is an interesting variant on the fetch quest. The key quest. Subtle.
Hear that? What's that sound?
One of the things, it's tempting with psychology to use one's personal experience to forge ahead and make assumptions, but because you're literally dealing with how your brain thinks, there's not a lot that you can take for granted. In fact, I would say there's nothing you can take for granted, honestly. I mean, every time we made huge mistakes, long-lasting implications. Okay, so that's trying to get through. What's stopping it from getting through? And the reason I say they're my pet theories is because, like, everyone knows like the basic ideas, but how you combine them, make them work together is sort of part of the whole process. The limitations in movement are interesting. Like, it really works for this particular character because this particular character is 2 years old. Like, they've picked a really good subject. Because, like, there's not a lot of things that you can expect a 2-year-old to be able to do. And so you can keep your movement system simple and your puzzles elegant. Because you're like, he's 2. He's not going to be able to, like, run and jump or anything. So that you don't have to worry about breaking the fourth wall that way by not making your character able to do some of those things. You can create truly immersive environments because you create environments for a 2-year-old. close that. It's always good practice in horror games to close the doors behind you if you can. The more sound cues you can get on your side, the better. Not only that, but I mean, if it's, I guess, like, unless you need, like, an escape route or something. Okay, but why is it stuck? Very slowly come this way. Thank you. Where does this go now? There's some kind of power-up at the end of this. I know the star is back that way, but I want to see what's over here. This is one of the main symptoms of survival horror players, by the way. Is this? Oh look, I know this is the way I'm supposed to go, but check out, let's go this way, because this way is now available for us to go down. So we have to go there before we do anything sensible. I'm not sure if that's just like a gamer thing, but I know I got that from survival horror. Like, it just as a necessity that you have to check every place. Alright. I'm gonna be quiet so we can see if anyone's out there. The use of sound in this game is pretty brilliant, honestly. Like, they're really good at misleading you. Which is, I mean, perfect for the character, right? I mean, because it's a 2-year-old. Everything's a little bit like, what was that? What a weird thing. I just love that I could sprint. Boxes are super annoying to move. Inside a Lego piece. Okay. See? There's the one. The white one tipping over the crib. Is that what that is? Actually, I'm not sure. Something under a table? It could be a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Basically, if we give you all of these different elements, what story do you make? We never have to tell you because you're the one who writes it. But we'll see what they end up doing. I'm feeling like this is not a good place to fall from, and also that maybe some of the physics in this area is fucked up. I think I was supposed to use that vantage point to plan my next move, but I did not do that. Here's the fridge again. We're back in the kitchen. Oh, shit. Okay, what we're gonna do, we're gonna open 2 cupboards. If something comes, we'll open this cupboard, and we'll use the cover of that to be able to close the door. So we won't be able to see as we close it. We'll still be in a closed one. That'll be our backup plan. Okay, well, these guys waste a fuck ton of power in this house. That fridge has been open for hours. That rolling pin is flat. Where's my cake? Cake! Nice landing. Ah, I see. Oh, God. Jeez. That's loud. Man. Why up there? Okay. Is there anything moving out there? Doesn't sound like it. Sounds like the kitchen just got a little poltergeist makeover, that's all. Poltergeist remodel. This is way more of a makeover than a remodel, honestly. Back the way we came. Does anyone remember the way we came? No, me neither. I mean, they're loosely connected because we're in a crazy dream world, but it still makes it a little bit difficult to navigate at times. It's like, oh right, no, this is totally usually adjacent to like the weird, creepy clown face. Good. It would appear that the thing that we took to get here is no longer around. That's good. I didn't want it to be easy anyways. Yes, I did. As much fun as I'm having with this game, I'm gonna... I think the 4 object thing is probably good, because I'm almost over it. Like, it's a good game. I'm enjoying playing it, but I'm just... there's not much more that it's adding. You know, like, I want to see the end of it. I'm intrigued, but I'm not enthralled. If that makes any sense. I guess I could have just gone over top of the table. The other thing about dreams and psychology in games is that you never have to be sure of when the game is taking place. Okay, so there's there's finally two tall figures, so maybe there are two people. Or maybe this is someone else's dream. Okay. Interesting. What it looks like is someone is beating up on someone else, and then that person goes and takes it out on that person. That's what it looks like. It puts them in a box. Shoot. Mother border. I don't even know where I am anymore. Oh. Well, we have to see what's in there. But next time, because I never do this, I want to see how you react. This is Trivial Punk. Thanks for watching. Yeah, let's see. Nothing. Nothing was there. I wasn't gonna make you wait an entire episode for that. Thanks for watching. Let's see what's inside.